Hey guys, this is Suhail Mathur, your host and host, welcoming you to a brand new episode of Superstars with Suhail, where the questions will be sharp and the responses hopefully sharper. And the superstar over here today with us is a young Turk in the corporate field who's, you know, getting all accolades over there, but he's not stopping at just that because he's writing one successful book after another, churning out one bestseller after another. And if his latest book, A Veil of Shadows, is anything to go by, then he is the next big thing in the literary industry. Ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor for me to welcome our author and my very dear friend, Mr. Siddharth Maheshwari. Siddharth, welcome to our show.
Thank you, Sohail. Thank you for having me.
Perfect. So nice to have you over here. So I must tell you, Siddharth, how our show works. So our show has 13 segments, and you just need to promise us three things. Number one, you will be quick and fast. Number two, you will be frank and honest. And number three, nothing that comes should shock or surprise you. So with those three things firmly in place, let's move ahead with segment one, which is called Pehli Pehli Baar Hai. So now in Pehli Pehli Baar Hai, Siddharth, we chronicle the 5 firsts of our authors, and you have to, of course, give the answer and also give us a little background to it so that our audience can enjoy the response. So without further ado, here is the first of your firsts, your first crush.
School. When I was in school, of course, it's dangerous to take names, but yeah, when I was in school, class 5th.
Okay, and did you ever tell the girl?
I don't think so.
All right. I wish you would have. All right. Your first salary and how did you spend it?
My first salary was when I started working in a family business. So, more than spending, I think I invested the money.
All right. Smart as always. But what was the amount and what was the year?
Year was 2014.
Okay. And what was your first salary?
It started at about, if I'm not wrong, about a lakh rupees a month.
Okay, wonderful. That's a great start to have. So, which brings me to the next one. Your first vehicle.
First vehicle, a Honda Civic.
Honda Civic. And when did you buy it?
I purchased it in 2014.
Okay. With the first salary that you got.
Yeah. when I started.
And subsequent salaries. All right. Your first literary memory.
We used to have this library session in schools, right? Okay. And class 3, and we used to get books assigned to us by the librarian.
Sure.
So she'd given me some very easy book to read. So I went and I remember I'd complained to my class teacher that what is she giving me, and at that time my class teacher had given given me The Black Beauty to read, and that was my start of getting into I think proper fictional young adult fiction.
Nice. Absolutely wonderful to know. And of course, what a story, Black Beauty. The story behind the author is so interesting. Anna Sewell couldn't write. She was unwell for 7 years. It took her 7 years to write it. And then, what a beauty the book came out to be that we are talking about it even today. All right, then, the final one over here. How did the idea of your first book with the book makers germinate, which is, of course, Veil of Shadows? So how did the idea of that book germinate?
The idea germinated because of the recent political turmoils that were going on at that point of time, which was there was a coup in Myanmar. Siachen, of course, keeps playing an important role.
Sure.
Yeah, and there were a lot of interviews that the intelligence agencies and people from intelligence agencies were giving around that time, especially to do with the Punjabi faction trying to control the ISI and the Pakistan, the workings of the Pakistani government in general. So taking these things, I started making a plot out of them.
Wonderful. No, I think it's very topical. It's very engaging, and I think the amount of love the book has received, through literary festivals, at bookstores, on Amazon. I think Fabulous, and it's so nice to see that the book is succeeding the way it is. And with that, very quickly we come to the end of our first segment. Well done, Siddharth. Those were some quick, fast answers, and that brings me to segment 2, which is called the Rocking Rapid Fire. So now in the Rocking Rapid Fire, I'll be asking you 10 questions, and you need to respond in a rocking and a rapid manner. So here goes, the first of your 10. A movie you saw on the sly from your parents.
I remember, I think I watched it with my friends. They made me watch it, if that's anything. That was the American Pie series.
American Pie. Blame it on the friends. I think American Pie is the hot favorite. You are the 4th author on my show who's mentioning American Pie for this.
Yes,
So
I think those days we used to have those VCRs which you had to rent out. If I'm not wrong. And I think we'd done that once my friends were over.
Alright, that's interesting. That's interesting. I also have an American Pie story. So it's very funny that so what I was actually going for a Model United Nations conference in Karnataka to the Manipal University. And over there what happened was, one of my friends who was accompanying me, he bought a pirated CD. It was being sold at one of the railway stations, and he bought quite a few of them, because there used to be 3-4 movies in one pack. So he bought the entire collection, and we bought a few horror films also to keep us engrossed in that journey. So that's how I saw some of those American Pie movies, because he wanted to buy it, and of course we were 3 of us from Delhi to Karnataka. It's a long 40-hour journey one side. So I think we all have those kind of stories, which brings me to the second one, which is an Indian female author or somebody from the literary fraternity you find pretty.
That's a difficult.
Any Indian author or person from the literary fraternity you find pretty. Anyone that comes to your mind.
I mean, it has to be a female author.
Yeah. Fast. It's a rapid fire.
I'm not being able to think of anyone right now. Like.
Yes, come on, there's so many.
No, of course there are. I mean, just that no name is.
I will have to wait till you give that answer, okay? Because that you can't wriggle out of it. You have to give an answer.
Just a sec.
Okay, are you googling for hot Indian authors?
I'm just trying to think of
blatant cheating happening.
Yes, I know this one because my wife is a big fan, so I think I would be in safer waters taking that name, because Chitra Banerjee Devakon.
Okay, you find her hot and pretty. Okay, fair enough. Pretty. All right. Okay, good. Yes, she is a very talented author. We all know. Good choice. Okay, so the next one: commercial success or critical acclaim?
Commercial success.
I knew that. Okay, book launches or lit fests?
Book launches.
Okay. Who's hotter, girl in a sari or girl in a bikini?
Sari.
Okay. An Indian actor you would like to date?
An actor I would like to date.
You may want to Google again.
I think Sara Pataudi.
Sara Ali Khan. Alright, nice. Naughty or nice?
Nice.
Alright. Movies or web series?
Web series.
Okay. An Indian book you wish you had written?
Ashwin Sanghi's Krishna Ki.
Okay. And the last one, mind, body or soul, the aspect that impresses you the most?
Mind.
Alright. So some rocking and rapid answers, some not so rocking and rapid answers also in this. But that brings us to the end of segment 2 and takes us to segment 3, which is called Pucho to Jane. So now, Siddharth, in Pucho to Jane, what has happened is that an author from the Bookmakers has asked you a question. So,
Right.
not only do you have to answer the question, thereafter, I'll be giving you three options, and you need to tell us who would have possibly asked you that question. And here is where there is a three idiots connotation to it. So, if you're able to respond in the first attempt, you're like Amir Khan, Rancho, the topper of the class. If you are answering in the second go, you are like Madhavan, Farhan, somewhere in the middle. And if you answer at the fag end or are unable to answer, then you, my friend, are like Sharman Joshi, Raju Rastogi at the bottom of the class, clearly where you don't want to be. Okay, so we have your question with us, and your question is a very interesting one. So, Siddharth, if you got the power to travel across dimensions and know the secrets of the universe in the future, or you had the power to travel back in time to know about the conspiracy theories in history, what would you choose and why?
Traveling back in time.
And why?
So much that has happened through the course of humanity, which of course I would like to witness. The coming of civilizations, Romans and all, and then the early industrialization, the age, the world wars, the politics, and how nations got formed. So yeah.
Alright, interesting. Yes, I would have chosen the same. Okay, so now you've answered that well. So you have three options now. Who has asked you this question?
Yeah.
Has this question been asked to you by Manas Lal? Has this question been asked to you by Rashima Verma? Or has this question been asked to you by Arunima Sharma?
Arunima Sharma.
Well, you said Arunima Sharma, and well, as luck would have it, you have got it right. It is Arunima, and I thought you'll get it though. Even I thought you'll get it. But well done. You are the topper of the class. So well done, Siddharth. That's great going, and that brings our fun third segment to a close. And I take you to segment 4, which is called Best and the Worst. So now in Best and the Worst, I'd be asking you a few of your favorite things and a few things that you do not like. So here we go. Your favorite dish?
A dark chocolate.
Okay. The yuckiest dish you've ever eaten?
Turai.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your favorite film?
A Lone Survivor.
Okay. And the worst movie you've ever seen?
Oh, I mean, any of these slapsticks like Welcome Back or
Welcome Back. Okay.
Yeah, Welcome. The first one was like nice. Second, thirds were like very bad. So yeah.
Okay. I think there hasn't been a third. There's been a second till now.
Yeah, there was a second.
Welcome Back. Okay. Your favorite actor?
My favorite actor would be Amir Khan.
Okay. The best movie and the worst movie of your favorite actor?
I think Amir Khan's earlier, some of his movies were really nice, like Sarfarosh. Big fan of his.
Good choice. Yeah.
Yeah, Sarfarosh. Not so good one. I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen, but this Thugs of Hindustan was supposedly very very bad, in which he had a role.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I would.
Okay, but you haven't seen it, so how can you say that it's his worst? You have to tell me the one that you dislike the most. The one you dislike the most. You saw and you dislike the most.
Yeah, I don't think so. He's done a lot of bad movies per se.
Yeah, he hasn't done many, but there are 2-3 that are coming to my mind, which I just didn't like. Although I love most of his movies.
Yeah. But there was a fair chance that I wouldn't have seen them. Like probably if you would say, like I don't know, I haven't seen Gulam of his.
That was a good film, actually.
That was a good film. So, and probably he did Mela.
Okay. So Mela for you is his worst. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but we'll keep it at that. Okay.
Yeah.
Your favorite song?
Favorite song. Right now I'm listening to Khalasi. That Gujarati song which is doing the rounds.
Yeah. Gotilo.
Yeah.
So, okay. A hit or a popular song that you don't like or didn't like?
There was this Deepika Padukone song which was like Dam Maro Dam.
Okay. From Dam Maro Dam. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay. Your least favorite actor?
Least favorite actor. I think they're all good at their jobs once they start doing enough number of films. I don't know who's like really bad at it. I don't know who can really.
Who
be
do
bad
you
at
like
it.
the least?
I don't know. I mean, I think they all have some iconic roles that they've played. Like some would even say probably Vivek Oberoi, but then he was very good in this Shootout at Lokhandwala. So
He was very good in a lot of movies. He's a good actor.
Yeah.
I mean, yes,
he's a very good actor.
he's a good actor.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. So clearly you aren't answering that for us, but let's try the next one, and you have to answer both parts of it.
Right.
Which is the best thing about your spouse?
She and I can hold a lot of intellectual conversation.
Okay. A thing you want to improve in your spouse?
For the love of life, I can't answer that.
Have to. Never mind.
Well, probably a little bit of.
Don't worry, we will air this after a while, so you can live for a while in the interim. Don't worry, please tell me.
Probably she can have a little bit of more patience.
So now we come to segment 5, which is called Dimag Ka Dahi. So in Dimag Ka Dahi, Siddharth, I'm going to ask you a brain teaser, and if I'm in the mood, I may just ask you one more. So you have to respond to it. So here is your question, okay?
Right.
Arnold Schwarzenegger has a long one. Michael J. Fox has a small one. Madonna doesn't have one, and the Pope doesn't need one. What?
Oh, okay. I mean, the thing that's coming to my mind is quite inappropriate, but
Maybe the right answer, who knows?
But it's clearly, knowing you, it would be the wrong answer. So I have to think of what you must have thought. And
Arnold Schwarzenegger has a long one. Michael J. Fox has a small one. Madonna doesn't have one, and the Pope doesn't need one. If you don't know, you can obviously pass it.
I'm so bad at this. No, I don't know. But what is the answer?
Well, the answer is a surname. But I like the direction you were thinking in. Alright. So, Arnold Schwarzenegger has a long one, Michael J. Fox has a small one, Madonna doesn't have one, and the Pope doesn't need one. So, a surname. So, well, I think that was a fun question. So, we'll leave it at that and not take you to another question, but it was fun. Or do you want another question from me?
I don't mind, but I highly doubt I will be able to answer it though.
Okay, so since you were talking about geopolitics and all, I'll probably ask this question to you. So, Siddharth, the plane crashed on the India-Pakistan border. On which side of the border would you bury the survivors?
You wouldn't bury the survivors.
See, I gave you a redemption opportunity and you took it gladly with both your hands, and we had to ask Siddharth that question. There was no way we weren't going to ask him because, well, his books are all about that. So, well done. One good answer and one even better answer, at least the thought process. So it was engaging. And now we come to segment number 6, which is called Never Have I Ever. So Siddharth, in Never Have I Ever, you know the drill. What you need to do is you need to show us your 10 fingers, and with everything that you have done, you have to put a finger down. In case you have not done it, you tell me that you haven't, and I'll move to the next option. Alright, and let's see.
If I have done it, I
put the finger down. Yeah, and let's see at the end how many fingers remain intact. Okay, so here we go. Never have I ever stolen in a shop.
No, I haven't.
Okay. Beaten someone from the opposite gender.
No, I haven't.
kissed someone from the same gender?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Made an excuse to not pay the restaurant bill?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Stalked the profile of an ex?
No.
Alright. Got drunk at a party?
Oh yes.
Okay. Had naughty thoughts about an office colleague?
No.
Okay. Kissed in public?
Yes.
Okay.
Huh.
Used a pickup line to impress someone?
No.
Okay.
For the rest of my life, I could done it.
Okay. And the last one, lied about your actual location to someone?
Oh yeah. Like
Okay.
a lot of times.
Okay.
Actually running late.
Alright, so 3 on 10. You haven't really done some very exciting things in your life, I must say, but I mean, from a normal course of action, good, because I'd also probably find myself somewhere around that scoring zone if I was to take this test. But alright, Siddharth, 3 on 10, but hopefully you can get better in the next round. And the next segment is actually my favorite round, which is called segment 7, Main Hoon Kaun. So now, Siddharth, in segment 7, Main Hoon Kaun, I would be giving you 3 clues about one personality, and you have to guess who the personality is. So if you're able to guess correctly in either the first or the second clue, you will get an advantage for one of the later rounds. Okay, but if you give an incorrect answer, you will get a penalty. So think about it, and if you don't know, you can ask me to ask you the next clue and I'll do that. Obviously, when we are on the third clue, you can take a wild guess. There are no penalties, but there are no advantages either. Alright? So here is your first clue about your personality. Despite being a Kshatriya, another Kshatriya king, the mighty Bimbisar, always sought my advice on several matters of importance.
Despite being a Kshatriya
myself, another Kshatriya king, the mighty Bimbisar, always sought my advice on several matters of importance. If you don't know, I can give the next clue.
The next clue.
Okay. I named my son with a name recorded for the first time in history. A name which is now synonymous with a leading Bollywood actor who has played the role of an emperor greatly influenced by my thought process. I named my son with a name recorded for the first time in history that is now synonymous with a leading Bollywood actor who played a role of an emperor
Is
who
the
was
gentleman in
greatly
question
influenced.
Chanak? Kautilya's father Chanak.
No, that's not the right answer. So now you are eligible for a penalty. Okay, but you have one more option. So the third clue is not fussy about the food I ate. My death was caused by an infected piece of meat. No? Another guess, if you want to take a guess.
I wouldn't know.
Alright, okay, so the answer to it actually, and the reason why we asked you this was because the answer is your namesake Siddharth Gautam Buddha. So the answer to it is Gautam Buddha, and for the first time, so Gautam Buddha was a prince and he still advised Bimbisar. His son's name was Rahul, recorded for the first time, associated now with Shah Rukh Khan, who played Emperor Ashok. So you were somewhere there when you said Chanakya. You were somewhere there in the Mauryan age.
Oh, okay, I was thinking on a very different. Okay, I was thinking on a very different time.
So he played the role of Ashok, who was, of course, influenced by Buddhist philosophy. And yes, Gautam Buddha passed away because he had an infected piece of meat that was offered to him. So that was that. So interesting, nonetheless. And you got to know about your namesake a little more about him. And that brings me to segment 8, which is called Picture Abhi Baki Hai Mere Dost. So, in Picture Abhi Baki Hai Mere Dost, Siddharth, what I'm going to ask you is that, of course, your book has been written in a very visual manner and, it lends itself perfectly to a movie or a web series. So, my question to you is that if it were left to you who would you choose for the two primary detectives or the investigators, basically the spies, and there is this one lady also who plays a very crucial role alongside them. So who would you choose for those two characters and for the lady?
I think the two characters I would choose would be Vicky Kaushal and Aditya Roy Kapoor.
Okay, and the lady's role would be played by?
And the lady's role would be played by maybe Kareena Kapoor.
Okay, so it's a good cast actually. Vicky Kaushal, Kareena Kapoor, and Aditya Roy Kapoor. So that's great. But that's how it would be if it were left to you. In our world, things happen slightly differently. So what we've done is, Siddharth, we've kept these two bowls. Okay, one has names of actresses, the other has names of actors, and I'd be swirling them, and you have to tell me when to stop. Once you ask me to stop, I'll be taking out 3 chits, and then you have to tell me which chit out of those 3 would you want, and we keep that, and at the end we see what cast we have eventually got. Alright? So it's fun.
Right.
So let's start with the guys, and let me know when you want me to stop. Okay?
Stop.
So here we go with 1, here we go with 2, and here we go with 3. So out of 1, 2, 3, which one would you want?
1.
Okay, so we put 2 and 3 back. Now for the second male character.
Right. Stop.
Okay, so let's take out something. Okay. So that's 1, that is 2, and that is 3. So 1, 2, 3, which one?
1.
Okay. So the guys are done. We'll see who it is later on. Now time for the girl.
Stop.
Okay. Take out 1, 2, and okay, 3. 1, 2, 3.
3.
So let's see what the cast is like. I'll be opening the chits and seeing. Okay. Interesting. So the good news first is that the girl's role would be played by Kriti Sanon. Okay.
Oh.
The girl's role will be played by Kriti Sanon. So that's good. And now for your two dashing detectives. So the role of Aditya Roy Kapoor would be played by Pankaj Tripathi. Okay. So the role of Aditya Roy Kapoor will be played by Pankaj Tripathi, and the role of Vicky Kaushal will be played by the very dynamic Kamal Rashid Khan, KRK. So KRK and Pankaj Tripathi are your leading men in this espionage, thriller. And Kriti Sanon, of course, is there to wonder who she will romance, if at all. Considering Pankaj has played everything right from a friend to father, to uncle to Kriti in several movies. But okay, interesting. It's an interesting movie. I think we should release it on OTT. So okay, so that was how it went for segment 8. But now let's come to segment 9, which is called What Would You Do? And Siddharth, in segment 9, as the name suggests, I'd be asking you 10 questions and you have to tell what would you do. A. If you woke up as Bobby Darling.
Go back to sleep.
Okay. If Urfi Javed was your fashion designer.
I don't know. Probably I would have to shop myself some more.
Okay. If you became the PM for a day.
Oh, that's too much of a responsibility. I would probably not be like Anil Kapoor and Nayak.
And what does that mean?
I wouldn't be running around.
Okay. So you'll relax, laze around. Okay. If Arjun Kapoor approached you to play you in your biopic, what would you tell him?
Oh, wow, that's that would be
Fast. We are running out of time. So we have 10 minutes and we have 5 segments to go. So you need to be quick.
Okay, probably he'll have to become a bit more, I don't know, adventurous and at the same time a bit more slow in life to live like an author, to have that mind space. I don't know.
But what would you tell him? Would you say yes to him or not?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, fair
If
enough.
if he finds it interesting enough.
If you had the power of invisibility, what would you do?
Oh, probably go into a bank vault.
Okay. If your cell phone fell into the toilet.
Just probably take it out and give it a wash again.
Okay, so yeah, it's already wet, but you'd still give it a wash. Interesting. Okay, if God came in front of you.
Oh, then I would see if he has Morgan Freeman's voice.
Okay. If you were swimming and someone stole your clothes.
Oh, I would keep swimming.
Till when?
But I would still have my trunks on, so it's not that bad.
But that's no. I mean, okay, fair enough. You want to have your trunks on. Okay. We'll let that be as is. Okay. So if you found yourself inside the Big Boss house.
Oh, I will have to find a way to escape that.
And how would you do that? Yeah, there are a lot of ways actually to do it. You can do a lot of things to come out of the house. Okay.
Yeah.
And the final one, if someone changed your gender,
Okay.
what would you do?
I don't know. Probably life would still be the same. I mean, I would be.
It would be the same, but what would you do?
I would. I don't know. I mean, what would I do? I would still be living as I'm living today. I mean, I would just be a woman, probably. Yeah.
Fair enough. So basically, we've all heard
I don't know. I would still be probably working, writing.
So for all those who've seen the movie Bhediya, there is this song over there, Tumkeshwari. So Siddharth won't have a problem. He'll just say, I am Maheshwari. So it still carries on. So, okay, you are in a safe space. But what I really liked about that answer was that was probably the only answer in this segment where you didn't say an oh before responding to the question. So it was good fun. Okay. So Siddharth, now we move to segment 10, which is called What Next? So Siddharth, in What Next, you need to tell our audiences, our viewers, what are you working on next? What can they expect next from you? Very quickly, in 30 seconds. It has to just be a very concise overview.
So as you already know, Suhail, my next book is a murder mystery based on a Parsi family. But unlike most books which they have seen, there are the Parsi family is not living in Bombay. They're living in an estate in Dehradun. And there are murders, and throughout the book, throughout the story, I've left clues so the readers can decipher as they go, and hopefully they will not be able to crack it till the very end.
That's wonderful. No, I've personally had the experience of going through, and it's very interesting, very different, and very unique, as most of Siddharth's books are. And just to let you guys know, he's on a writing spree. It's not just the next work, but the next to next, and the next to next to next that he's also working on, and that's the speed with which he always works. And so you can expect a lot of interesting things from him in the days to come.
And if I may just add that it has caricatures of the third one will have caricatures of all the actors, like all the characters. Sorry, all the characters.
Wonderful. So now we come to segment 11, which is called Joke Time. So now in Siddharth, in Joke Time, you either need to tell us a joke or you need to recount a hilarious anecdote or a fun anecdote from your life.
Okay, I'll try this one joke, which probably most of the people would have heard. A skeleton walks into a bar and asks the barman for a jug of beer and a mop.
And a mop.
And a mop. Yeah.
Absolutely. We've heard that and it's quite funny, but who will like that joke the most? I think if you were to make Boni Kapoor hear that, he would really like it. He would definitely find it funny because it is a skeleton at the end of the day. And so that was good. And we move to our penultimate segment, which is called Saban Samal. Now, in Saban Samal ke, I'll be giving you a tongue twister, Siddharth. And this is what makes the round more interesting because you have a penalty lined up for this round. Alright? So, and I will see whether I want to exercise it or not. I can exercise it in various ways. So, the thing is, there are 6 tongue twisters written over here which you need to say 10 times. Any one of them, obviously. So, you choose any number from 1 to 6 and then I'll see whether I'm in the mood to give you a penalty or not. Which number would you like to choose?
5.
Okay. So I'll see whether I want to eventually give you a penalty or not. But here is your tongue twister, Siddharth. It is Nadi kinare hai kirane ki dukaan. So you have to say it 10 times. Nadi kinare hai kirane ki dukaan. 10 times. Come on. Here we go.
किनारे है किराने की दुकान नदी 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 किनारे है
किराने में ही है किनारे में ही है absolutely. So clearly Siddharth is more interested as we all realize sitting probably at a kinara to the kirane ki shop and eating away some munchies rather than saying it out 10 times, but it was interesting to see you try over there and it was good fun. Yes, it was fun to do that. And well, that brings me to segment 13, the final segment of our show, which is called TBB Shoutout. So now, Siddharth, in TBB Shoutout, you need to tell us how has your experience been working with the book bakers and what do you make out of our show Superstars with Suhail?
Oh, thank you so much for having this show and for having me. And yes, it's been a lovely experience with the book bakers and the literary agency. And yes, I've had one book with you so far, which has been published, and the other is in the pipeline, discussing about other projects. And I'm working on my other projects. It's a fantastic experience. It's a good space to be in. And yes, and I hope that we will keep doing. I know we will, but yeah, I hope we keep doing more work together.
Absolutely. Looking forward. And what do you make out of our show?
Oh, fantastic. It's a very good effort on your part.
That's great to know. And for all those of you who are wondering why Siddharth is chilling so much, he's in Dubai. He's enjoying the good life right now. And we told him to come over and spend some time on our show, and I'm so happy that he did that, and it was a fun session, even though he played safe at a few places, but nonetheless it is trademark. I don't know. Okay, but that was good. At least it gave people an insight into a lot more of your thought process, which is interesting. So thanks for being a part of it. And ladies and gentlemen, that brings a close to another very fantastic episode of Superstars with Suhail. I'll be back very soon with another equally wonderful episode with another superstar. Till then, it is Suhail Mathur and Siddharth Maheshwari saying bye to you. Cheers.
Thank you.